What if Alzheimer's isn't what we've been told? Hello, I am Dr. K. Paul Stoller with some information that will surprise you. In 1913, a scientist named Hideo Noguchi proved something extraordinary. A devastating form of dementia, general paresis, wasn't psychiatric, it wasn't degenerative, it was infectious, a spirochete, syphilis in the brain, and once antibiotics arrived, that mystery dementia virtually disappeared. Now here's the uncomfortable question. What if we're standing in a similar moment today and refusing to see it? In 2011, Judith McCloskey published a paper arguing that Alzheimer's disease may represent a chronic neurospirocatosis. In plain English, another spirochete, possibly Borrelia, chronic brain infection, misdiagnosed as degenerative dementia. She evaluated the evidence using Koch's postulates and Hill's criteria, the very frameworks used to establish infectious causation. And yet, the field did not pivot. It did not erupt into large-scale antimicrobial trials. It did not redirect billions in research funding. It continued largely along the amyloid path. Why? To be blunt, if Alzheimer's has an infectious component, and if part of the treatment involves generic antibiotics, there is no blockbuster patent, no proprietary molecule, no billion-dollar monoclonal antibody, no recurring revenue model. Off-patent drugs do not fund billion-dollar trials. Pharmaceutical companies do not invest heavily in proving that inexpensive generics cure complex disease. That's not conspiracy. That's corporate math. So when critics say we need more studies, ask the next question. Who funds them? Because funding follows incentive, and incentive follows profit. For decades, Alzheimer's research has been dominated by one model, amyloid plaques. Billions have been spent. Drug after drug has failed to meaningfully reverse disease progression, and yet the framework persists. Why? Because paradigms are ecosystems. Careers depend on them. Institutions depend on them. Grant structures depend on them. Paradigms do not collapse easily, even when cracks appear. Now, layer in Lyme disease, persistent symptoms, neurological involvement, debate over chronic infection, biofilms, immune dysregulation. For decades, patients reporting ongoing neurological issues were often dismissed. The possibility of persistent infection was minimized. Now imagine suggesting that a related spirochete might play a role in Alzheimer's. Do you expect institutional enthusiasm or resistance? There are also uncomfortable allegations that Borrelia research, including potential enhancement work, occurred at facilities like Plum Island, New York, the infamous Lab 257 gain-of-function work. And after COVID, after global debate over gain-of-function research, public skepticism toward institutional transparency is at an all-time high. When institutions appear opaque, people connect dots, rightly or wrongly. Trust, once fractured, doesn't regenerate quickly. Now, here's something biologically important. By the time dementia is symptomatic, it's unlikely to be one bug. Chronic neuroinflammation often involves bacteria, viral reactivation, fungal components, biofilms, immune dysregulation. Alzheimer's may not be a single disease. It may be an endpoint thanks to an immune system compromised by pesticides, vaccines, and our toxic diets. If so, the infectious hypothesis doesn't replace everything. It complicates everything, and complexity is harder to fund than a single target molecule. Is this a secret conspiracy? It sure is incentive misalignment. Our system rewards chronic management, patentable interventions, narrow mechanisms, grant-safe hypotheses. It does not naturally reward cheap cures, disruptive paradigm shifts, institutional self-correction. That's not villainy. That's structure. And structure can be just as powerful as conspiracy. If a significant subset of Alzheimer's were infectious, If antimicrobial combinations could alter trajectory, if early detection and treatment could prevent decline, would the system pivot quickly? Well, it didn't. Noguchi was eventually validated, but not without resistance. I developed a webinar where not only is this discussed in detail, but how to actually treat what is called Alzheimer's disease. 20% of the USA is infected with Borrelia, but most will never know it. It is a true pandemic, unlike the COVID scamdemic. My webinar is at kennestolarmd.com. For those who want to be red-pilled. I discuss how to actually treat this problem because our research and regulatory system is not capable of embracing low-profit cures when they exist. Then, this isn't just about Alzheimer's or Lyme disease. It's about how modern medicine decides what truth is worth pursuing. In 1913, a spirochete explained a dementia. In 2011, it became clear history was repeating. The silence since then was not scientific caution. It was structural inertia. And until transparency increases, suspicion will grow. Not because people are irrational, but because incentives shape outcomes, and outcomes shape trust.